Peace, everybody. I'm going to give everybody a second to log in. I'll be right back. We're going to get to this science real fast and illuminate some things real fast. Illuminate some lies that's been told to us. And I tell my brothers and sisters we lost due to a lack of knowledge because we refuse to learn. So give me a second. I got a couple people to log in. We're going to jump right into the science. Give me 1 second, fam. Peace. Yeah, I'm going to give a couple more seconds if we can log in. We're going to jump right into this science. I told you, I'm going to wait and see if anybody log in. If not, I'll just tell you about the lecture that I did yesterday. But I'm going to give a couple more people a chance to log in, and we're going to jump into this science, man. Log in, give me a comment, let me know you here. We're going to illuminate this text. When I tell my brothers and sisters, we got to get out this spookism and these lies. But first off, I want to start off by saying love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, health, and wealth. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, health, and wealth. That's right. But maybe tomorrow I'm going to give y'all that lecture, and I'm going to touch on that map, that 1904 map, and I'm going to show you how we've been bamboozled and hoodwinked. I'm going to show that how Israel is right here. I'm going to touch on some books. I'm going to touch on some history. But right now, without further ado, I'm going to illuminate something because I'm challenging my preachers. And I told y'all, all y'all preachers that say you study and all this, we're supposed to be telling our people the truth. So let's dig. And I told you this school, get your pen, get your paper, challenge your spiritual advisor. You ask some questions because this is your life. And if we took our spirituality the same way we did everything else, we would be good. But we must know and stop just listening to people telling us things. So get your pens and get your paper. So I'm just going to highlight a couple things, and I'm going to talk about this Lucifer. It's this Satan thing. For you can really know to ask your pastor some questions. Who is Lucifer? Who is Lucifer? Lucifer, the son of the morning star. It is he who bears the light, and with its splendorous, intolerable, blind, its feeble, sensual, or selfish souls, doubt it or not. We got to remember, family, this is metaphysics. The all-seeing eye. Lucifer represents the individual intellect and will which rebels against the dominant or the domination of nature and attempts to maintain itself contrary to natural impulse. Lucifer, in the form of what? Venus, is the morning star spoken of in Revelation, which is to be given to those who overcome the world, family. Many people mistakenly think that Lucifer is Satan and vice versa. But the facts are that this is simply not true, family. This misinformation, conspiracies, and lies has been propagated to the people through many books and movies to the point today, in this year 2017, family, that most people equate Lucifer with Satan or evil. I'm about to erase that stuff, and I challenge you, family. I challenge you. This book must be interpreted by his elite. The Bible is written in Greek and Latin. If you don't know Greek and Latin, you're lost. You get caught up in linguistic apartheid, mistranslation, just talking. That's called exegesis, putting the scriptures in your own words. You got to know hermeneutics, family. The scripture got to mean what it did then, yesterday, today, forevermore. Get out them stories and get into prophecy. Get into the landmass, get into archaeology, geography. It tells you the truth. Let's dig. But hopefully, I hope you have an open mind, family, and get past this propaganda. We got to get into the know and scholarship. Get out of that religion somebody telling you and telling them to prove it, in order for you to discover what is true, what is written. So if you're asking a question, brothers and sisters, if you're wondering, who is Lucifer? What is Lucifer? The answer that you will find often depends on who you ask or when you perform your search online or wherever. But the facts are that if you were to research the true meaning of Lucifer, the essence, the etymon, the root meaning, that is somewhat hidden in secret in these, what they like to call these so-called secret societies of Freemason. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, we are Masons. We are 99th primitive right. I teach this stuff. I go to the mosques. I teach it. Come on, man. It's hidden in secret. We already have established the meaning of Lucifer that they have written about in the occult books, family. You can't let nobody scare you with words or they don't even know what words mean. I'm a linguistic. The word occult simply means hidden, family. Research this. It ain't nothing spooky. The word occult simply means hidden, which is the whole point of the misinformation that you will find on the true meaning of Lucifer. In addition, if you know where to look, the true definition of Lucifer, along with the corresponding information I share on my page. I teach this on college campuses. I taught that the Baphomet is nothing scary. It's written backwards, Kabalistically. It means the Temple of David. I'll share that with you. You got to research Eliseus Levi. He the one created the symbol. He tell you it's not nothing scary, and you let somebody tell you it's scary. You let some westernized pseudo-academia or some westernized reformed theology tell you crap, and you never research. Sad. Sad. It's a pile of ignorance, a pile of lies. So I'm talking to my smart brothers, because when I say stupid, I didn't say stupid wasn't a harsh word, but stupid is hearing the truth, knowing the truth, having evidence of the truth, and still believing a lie. That's stupid. But we got to understand a simple fact, family, that in order to find the light, we have to uncover the truth, which is buried at the bottom of these lies and hundreds of years of church lies, government and ignorant human propaganda. The real story of Lucifer is no different. We have to perform some fact checking of our own, you got to know, so that we all can get the bottom of this disinformation in order to get to the light of the truth, family. So let's dig. In the occult, Lucifer is often referred to as the morning star. In the Bible, you will find the same exact reference to Jesus as well, who says in Revelation 22:16, I, Jesus, have sent my angel to give you this testimony for the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. Huh? What? Ask your preacher. They won't touch Revelation because they don't know. They just talking. They ain't saving you. I'll read it again. Revelation 22:16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to give you this testimony for the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. Come on, man. Come on. What y'all talking about? Lucifer ain't nothing scary. It's telling you who he is. Revelation 22:16. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to give you this testimony for the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. Are you listening? You see, just as Lucifer is known as the morning star, Jesus also calls himself the bright morning star. As I stated above, family, in the form of Venus is the morning star spoken in Revelation, which is to be given to those who overcome the world. You don't know that? That's the duality. Heaven and hell is within. Hot and cold. Duality. The thermostat doesn't go outside itself for hot and cold. So hence rest assured, family, that Jesus and Lucifer are one at the same, which will become clearly evidence to those with an eye to see the true light among the darkness in which we live. The reason that both Lucifer and Jesus can be considered one and the same is because of the often little understood chemical compound that is hidden within each of our own DNA, called what? Phosphorus. Phosphorus is essential for life, and the phosphate is a component of DNA, RNA, ATP, and also the phospholipids that form all cell membranes. Simply put, without phosphorus, we humans would simply not be human because consciousness and our spiritual energy would not exist. Don't we know this? This metaphysics. We got to fight this cravenness. We got to fight this physical world in the metaphysical. We are spiritual people. Don't let nobody tell you not spiritual. It is through our DNA, which contains phosphorus, that we become conscious to the world and who we are in order to live in the light. Hence, Lucifer is really just an allegory, family. You got to write this stuff down, what I tell you. Look, research what the Bible is written, allegory, parable, symbology, dispensations. Lucifer is really just an allegory to describe phosphorus, which resides in our DNA. The literal meaning of phosphorus, PHOSP-HORUS equal Lucifer, is light bringer. Here is the definition that you will find on Wikipedia or anywhere. Phosphorus is Greek. Phosphorus, PHOSPHORUS, a name meaning light bringer, is the morning star, the planet Venus, in its morning appearance. Another Greek name for the morning star is Heosphorus, HEOSPHOROS, which means dawn bringer. Oh, you didn't know that? The Latin word corresponding to Greek phosphorus is what? Lucifer. The Latin word corresponding to Greek phosphorus is Lucifer. It is used in its astronomical sense, both in prose and poetry. The Latin word Lucifer corresponding to was used as a name for the morning star and thus appear in the voltage translation of the Hebrew word Hillel, H-E-L-E-L, meaning Venus, as the brilliant, bright, or shining one. In Isaiah 14:12, where the Septuagint Greek version uses not, but. Venus is the brightest morning star and is crucially the focal point of the eastern dawn sky. Don't we know this? This would be the reason why you will find that all Freemason lodges, and I tell my brothers, 33 is just a level above freezing. I am 99th primitive right, Memphis. When I show you the map, that's in the museum, how everything is backward. The south is up top, the north is on bottom. I teach this stuff. I show you. You right here in Africa. You right here in Israel. You got to research the Louisiana Purchase. You got to look at it. I'm telling you, I'm going to teach it. The 1905, everything is backwards. You right here, Jerusalem, Morocco, all right here. But lodges face the north and the south. But when you walk into the lodge room, you're symbolically facing the east. And all Masonic rituals are performed while facing the east in preparation of the sun of the morning via the dawn of a new day under the light of the morning star. Don't we know this? Get out that spookism. Stop letting people scare you with some Illuminati, some Baphomet. It's not nothing scary. They're not scholars. I teach this on college campuses. It says that in the ancient times, the Sphinx was the gateway of the pyramid, and that there was an underground passage which led from the Sphinx to Cephas, the Great Pyramid. The Sphinx symbolizes man. The Sphinx again symbolizes man, with the mind and the spirit of the human rising out of the animal desires and emotions. It is the riddle of the ages, family, and man is once more the answer. The four fixed signs of which the Sphinx is a symbol are Taurus, the bull, Leo, the lion, Scorpio, the eagle, and Aquarius, the man, or the human head. Come on, family. So how can Lucifer be the prince of darkness when it has been established that Lucifer is really phosphorus, which derived from a Greek name meaning light bringer? Come on, family. I keep telling you, the Bible, he said, it's my thoughts, not my words. This book must be interpreted. Allegory, parable, symbology. Latin, Greek, Hebrew, Arabic. You must know what those words mean. The facts are that he is not the prince of darkness or Satan, because Lucifer is really phosphorus that resides in our DNA. You keep talking about, oh, the mark of the beast is evil. 666, this metaphysics, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. That's one form of the beast he was talking about, how man is created. Also in Revelation, he talked about the Roman government is the beast. Don't you know this? Come on, man. Y'all got to stop playing. Once you understand that reality is science, religion is man-made, it can't be proven. Science, we can prove this. People be religiously crazy. They got us all religion. Church of God of Christ, no denomination, Baptist. That's all bull crap. That's all man-made crap. The light within each one of us humans, is where we find Lucifer or Jesus, aka BKA, the morning star. Hence what I'm saying, know thyself and know God. In ancient Egypt is what's said, the body is the house of God. That's why the text says that the Most High wanted to dwell in a tabernacle built without hands. What do you think he's talking about? The body is the house of God. And one of the many proverbs is, man, know thyself, and thou shalt know gods. Aquarius, the man or the human head, represented by the Egyptian Sphinx family. When we know thyself, we carry the water of Aquarius, the man, and thus become lion kings of our own dominion, which the Egyptians have represented with the figure of a sphinx. That's why I tell you, man, they put their manifestation in their heads or in their symbology, family, which is the mystical creature with as a medium the body of a lion and the head of a human. But see, with these religions such as Christianity, Islam, along with other government controls on the people, these ancient Gnostic teachings were corrupted, modified, or simply hidden from the multitudes of the people because they are or were at one time very dangerous to the church and our government. They didn't want you to know. People be like, man, they watching you. So everybody watching. I'm a law-abiding citizen. You got to be crazy. I teach this on college campuses. These authoritarian institutions operate primarily on the basis of having a master that is outside of your dictating your life, souls and spirit at every step. And they would rather tell you who you are, where you come from, and where you will be going, rather than us humans being unique individuals who know thyself, and thou shalt know the gods. The facts are that a person who knows thyself and knows God is very hard to control by the powers that be, because they loose their grip on this person's soul once they figure out the game, which from day one has been an attempt to trick or steal us all out of our true beings, our souls and our spirits. Hence the reason why there are all these lies and propaganda surrounding the name Lucifer, family. Lucifer represents the angel of light with individual intelligence who rebels against the outside dark authority. This is why he is called the fallen angel. The dark and outside authority can be attributed to our flesh and fleshly desires, coupled with the outside material world that attempts to take us away from the true light within each one of us. That's why I tell my brother, you talk about some heaven and hell, that's within you. Your selfish desires, you won't want to build, you hating on your family. That's the devil within, you the devil. This darkness tries to fool us into looking without when we should have always been looking within the whole time. Hence, this is the whole illusion of the matrix in which Satan, the true prince of darkness, that represents the flesh, the free will, your choice, which is looking to control you. So you do not look within yourself for the prince of light or that morning star. See, the reference to the Venus is the as above, of which Lucifer, aka phosphorus, is the as below. When I say what's above is below, family, heaven and hell is within. The facts are that we are made of stardust or star debris and are therefore one with the universe. This is where we get the as above is so below and the as within of as without. It is that stardust hidden inside you and me in the form of phosphorus, which I explained to you, family. We got to know this. So what is the fall of Lucifer? It is an allegory. You got to research what an allegory is of the light that resides in us. And the fall is simply the fall away from the light That's all. With the advent of most religions, this caused the fall of mankind. A fall away from the light within us was then exchanged or forced by a false light that was to be found outside of ourselves, within a book or a church. So the fall of Lucifer is the fall that each one of us takes when we look outside for answers, as opposed to looking within for the true light, that which will guide us to the promised land or our own personal heavens. So as I stated, family, Lucifer and the morning star are references to phosphorus, which is essential for life. Without phosphorus, consciousness, energy, and the creation of everything, me speaking, you looking at this, simply would not be happening. When we turn away from the light within, we too fall away from grace, family. Hence, we fall for lies. Don't you know in the dictionary it's a word called belie? Come on. Believe in a lie. Believe in your truth, a belie, and truth in which we then become one of Satan's tools that is represented by the planet Saturn. However, that will be something, we got to ponder on. I'm going to touch on that on a later topic, family. But whether you choose to believe what I am stating here, family, I'm giving you confirmation. I'm giving you stuff I lecture out on campus. I've given you reference. It's up to you. I don't force nothing down nobody's throat. But you must research for yourself. Stop listening to these internet scholars, somebody getting you a religion. I'm not here to convert nobody. I know who I am. I challenge you to know who you are. I give you history, and I prove history and tell you to research it for yourself. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to leave with one more, then I'm gone. I'm going to tell you about this Baphomet thing that we done got all twisted. And I touched on it before. But you got to stop letting people get you with spookism, man. Because it's sad. It's sad. If I can't pull it up, I have to give it to you later. My internet service is terrible sometimes. But let me see. Can I pull it up real fast for you? And then I'm done. Because we've been tricked, man. Bamboozled. And I just laugh, man, because it's sad. Let's see. I'll pull it up. Let me see. Just give me a second, family. Be patient. It ain't even going to be long. Not even going to be long. 1 second. We get stuff twisted and letting people get us with spookism. And all I tell you to do is research it. And you can do it yourself. We go to Bible study. What we've been doing. I tell you, look in your Bible study books. That's all Roman Catholic, man. Research the book Gad and the Seer, Replacement Theology, Roman Catholic and Islam. So I told you about Eliseus Levi. You can see this picture of the Baphomet. Everybody talk about, oh, that's scary. Jay-Z worshiping the devil. I'm about to kill that noise. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how you've been bamboozled and hoodwinked. And then when I get back home, I'm going to bring the book from my boy Eliseus Levi, show you it's nothing scary. Let's dig. I'm going to give you some highlights of this. Who is the Baphomet? The terrible Baphomet is, in fact, like all monstrous enigmas of ancient science, nothing more than an innocent and even pious hieroglyph. Eliseus Levi in the 19th century. Research that. The mysterious organs of the legend Baphomet have been speculated upon by historians and researchers for many hundreds of years. There have been many erroneous claims that have been made, such as Baphomet represents Satan or evil, which is simply not true. And this is something I'm sharing that I did on campus. Like I said, when I do all my lectures on campus, I have thousands of students. When I do my lectures free in the community, nobody show up. So, like I say, I know where I have to take it. That's why I went and got my education. But my hopes are that the facts below and my previous articles and the lecture that I give will let you know. I'm going to illuminate this. I'm going to illuminate something for you, family. I'm going to illuminate this. And in my last scriptures, I talked about the Baphomet. I had detailed that the name Baphomet is derived from the phrase Temp Hof Ab. I detailed that Baphomet is derived from the phrase Temphab, Temple, Omnium, Homnium, Pabs, Abba, which is simply Latin for Father of the Temple, Universal Peace of Men. Temphab spelled backwards is where we get the word Baphomet. It's spelled Kabalistically, family. In the book, The Mysteries of Magic, by Eliseus Levi and the artwork Edward White. They explain the reason why this name was chosen. Eliseus Levi is also the artist who had given us the best known image of this idol, family. The Baphomets of the Templars, whose name should be spelt Kabalistically backwards, is composed of three abbreviations: Temp Hob Av, Temple Omnium Homnium Pads Abbas, the father of the temple, universal peace of men. According to some, it was a monstrous head. According to others, a goat-shaped demon. A sculptured casket unearthed in the ruins of an ancient commandery of the Templars was observed by antiquities to be a Baphometic figure, conformal in its attributes to our goat of Mendes and the androgen of Contra. It is bearded, but with the entire body of a woman. In one hand it holds the sun, in the other hand it holds the moon, joined by the chains. This virile head is a beauty allegory which is tribute to thought alone. The first and creative cause is thought. That's why in the text it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was made flesh. I tell my brother and sister, you must know how to read. Language, spelling, writing. The head here represents the mind and the female body parts. The stars bound to the human form and directed by the nature of which intelligence is the head have also a sublime significance, family. The terrible Baphomet is, in fact, like all monstrous enigmas of ancient science, nothing more than an innocent, even pious hieroglyph. And I declare this emphatically to combat the remnants of all false information that Satan, as a superior personality and power, has no existence. I repeat emphatically, Satan, as a superior personality and power, has no existence. Satan has no power over you. Come on, family. The devil in this so-called black magic is the great magic agent employed for evil, purposed by a preserved will. You, the agent, who's controlling it. There you have it. The truth from one of the guy that wrote the Baphomet, Eliseus Levi. He graciously tells us point blank that the Baphomet does not represent evil or the man-made entity we know today of Satan. He clearly states that the image of Baphomet is nothing more than an innocent and even pious hieroglyph. In addition, Levi declares that Satan, as a superior personality and power, has no existence. Now you research him, the man that created this Baphomet. Come on, man. See, the Gnostics, us, we are Gnostics. When I say I'm a 99th rank, I'm a philosopher, I'm a theosophist, I'm an alchemist. We hailed it. It's a universal agent. Come on, man. Pertaining to fire, the body of the Holy Spirit. And it was adored in the secret rites of the Sabbath or the temple under the hieroglyph figure under Baphomet, the goat of Mendes. Come on, man. The goat of Mendes or the Baphomet, whom the Templars were accused of worshiping, is a goat-headed deity, being formed of both male and female principles, with a caducus of Mercury in the opulus of its phallus. One arm points up and one arm points down, with the Latin solvet colga, SOLVE/ET, COAGULA. Don't you know what that means? You don't even read. Somebody's telling you it's some spooky stuff. It's written. It's Latin. It's written on the meaning. Flow and ebb. This is not the image of a Christian devil, but a symbol of the ancient alchemists, representing nature and the nature's God, being a combination of balance of male and female forces, light and darkness, moisture and darkness, hot and dry, cold and hot, happy, sad. The very principle of Hermes. When I talk about the 7 Hermetic principles, we got to know this. This is what's been taught. The Trismegistus, above and so is below, is what's symbolized by the Baphomet. So if you think this symbol is evil or have been misled, you are what is called a non-initiate, who is considered profane to the secret mysteries and secret knowledge that is contained in such stories, words, or images. And like I stated before, family, this is the whole purpose of the Kabbalists and the prescribes who use secret words or allegories in order to conceal the truth from the uninitiated. You got to know this, family. But like I say, The Baphomet is also a symbol of initiation in the secret mysteries, an idol or hieroglyph that represents the god Amen, Jupiter, Amen, or Amen-Ra, or Amen-Re, who is the hidden one, king of the gods and the lord of the thrones, of the visible and the invisible worlds. In addition, as I stated above, family, the meaning of Baphomet is father of the temple, universal peace of men. Father would be Amun, which is known in science as the what? Hippocampus, or the Amen's horn. I mean, I can go on, but I'm getting ready to stop. I'm going to give you a little bit more. The temple would be your body, along with your head, etc., etc. As it was said in Egypt, the body is the house of God. And one of the many proverbs is, man, what? Know thyself, and thou shalt know what, family? The gods. When you know thyself and live in harmony with nature, you are now one with God. Hence you come to a point of universal peace of men, family. You have found nirvana. Come on, man. I do lectures about the Amen's horn, the hippocampus, and Ammon, king of gods and lord of the thrones. I explain exactly what the god Amen represents. And since Baphomet is Ammon, this information all ties together, family. The Baphomet, or the hidden god Ammon, that sits in the middle of the brain. That is part of the temporal lobe called the Amen's horn, or the Amen's horn, also known as the what, family? The hippocampus. In neuroanatomy, Hamon's horn is a metaphor that relates to the gods and the brain. The image we see today of Baphomet is identified by the image of the ram, which is actually one of the most important gods in the history of Egyptians. You see the horns on it? All allegory, symbology. Come on, man. The Egyptian Greek deity known as Ammon, or Amen-Ra, or Jupiter Ammon, is sometimes represented as a ram of a blue color, and sometimes as a man with horns of a ram, or wearing a cap with two high plumes. This religion of Amen-Ra, or Amen-Re, is the oldest noted in Egyptian antiquity, with the Amen-Ra, or Amen-Re, priesthood being the most powerful clergy that Egypt has ever known. The god Amen was worshipped under the ram's horn in the east for many thousands of years. The god Amen was tended by the priests of the great Theban temple of Karnak, and also worshipped in Mendes, called Benbejed, Benebdjed, Ba of the Lord of Djed, or the Lord of Mendes. It's all Latin, it's all spelled Kabalistically. Who was the soul of Osiris. Thebes was founded in 1500 BC by a Phoenician prince named Cadmus, Cadmus. The meaning of Thebes, Thebes, is from the word Theba, Theba, that signifies what? Ark. The capital for their religion was located in the city of light, or what we know of as Luxor. Luxor. I keep telling you, baby, like Jesus didn't study. That's the 18 mission years of his life. He studied in the Mediterranean. He studied in Luxor. Come on, man. The god they had worship was God Amen-Ra, or Amen-Re, Jupiter, Ammon. At the temple at Luxor, there are many ram sphinxes that symbolize God Amen. I mean, y'all want more? I'm almost done. This is my last one, because I can't go on all night. On the Ptolemaic table, he is called. And remember, back then, they don't pronounce the P. They be saying Platonymy. No, the P is silent. It's Ptolemaic, or Ptolemaic. The king of Upper and Lower Egypt, the living spirit of Ba, the living spirit of Shu, the living spirit of Seb, the living spirit of Osiris, the spirit of spirits, the Lord of lords, the hearer in the city of Tonen, Tonen, which is Mendes. In another part of the same text is said of him appearing on the horizon with 4 heads, illuminating heaven and earth, coming as Nile, causing the earth to live and giving the air to mankind. The priesthood of Amen-Ra from Egypt were the main inheritors of this secret mystery religion that initiated very famous people such as Alexander the Greek, who is described in the Bible as a ram on the rampage in Daniel 8:3-4. Y'all got to read this stuff and know. Then I lifted my gaze and looked, and behold, a ram which had 2 horns was standing in front of the canal. No, the two horns were long, but one was longer than the other, with longer, one coming up last. Verse 4, I saw the ram budding westward, northward, and southward, and no other beast could stand before him, nor was there anyone to rescue from his power, but he did as he pleased and magnified himself. The ram's horn since the most ancient times was always a sign of authority, power, dignity. The incarnation of Amen, a curled ram's horn that is known today as a what? Shofar. Come on, what they blow was the only natural vocal instrument that the priests were permitted to use as recorded in the scriptures. The Israelites and the Levite priests had also used the ram's horn, or shofar. The modern Jews, which we are, which I show you, Oda is Judah. I'm telling you, that was the slave port. That's Illinois. It's Egypt. I'm going to show you. You got to see that. I show you on the 19 North App of the Louisiana Purchase. It's in the museum. It's in the St. Louis Museum. That White House, you see all that? That's what they found. The Moors built that. It's no mystery. It's history. The modern Jews today confess their sins in the month of September by blowing a ram's horn to announce the ceremony which they say drive away the devil. The god Amen was later called Amen-Ra, or Jupiter. Amen, and today it's known as Baphomet, is also an ancient Roman religion and myth. Greek mythology. Jupiter is Latin. Lupitor. I'm telling you, man. I'm going to stop, man, but we got to know, man. We got to get out this spookism. We got to get out this spookism. I challenge you. You got a pastor? I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor, a teacher, a philosopher, a 99th primitive right. I teach history. I teach science. I teach religion on college campus. I have no fake degrees. I'm a first-year doctoral student, not from no seminary, from a university. When you go to the seminary, you are trained. When you go to the university, the history is there. I'm telling you, man, we got a rich history. You've been bamboozled, fooled, hoodwinked. You think you talk about going somewhere, you don't even know where you at. You right here in the motherland first. And then, yeah, you was took in other places. And yeah, it's other Egypts. But you got to look at the map. 1904. I'm telling you. The Louisiana Purchase. I'm going to show you that map. I'm telling you. All right, we're each other. I tell you, man, when we left Israel first and we went to Egypt, we didn't go there by force. It was a famine. That's an hour away. The Nile. Come on, man. That's why they didn't want to give the true Hebrews Jerusalem, because they know it'll prove that they all the same. Religion got us twisted, took us out of our culture. It's not no such thing as no Muslim hat. This is culture. This is history. This is called a fez. It's not no Turkish thing. What they did, they took our African hat and used it for their national headdress, because we always whack. It's not no such thing as a kufi. It's called the bonnet. It was connotated as a kufi. Research it. You can find the bonnet all through the Bible. The Hebrew man's wore a bonnet all through the Bible. I touch on this, the secret of the fez. I have the books. The turban is not a Muslim hat. It was worn by spiritual brothers in the churches. You can look on my page. I got all the peer-reviewed references. Research this. So stop letting people tell you stuff. The turban is not no Muslim hat. None of that stuff is Arabic. I'm sorry. They connotated it and took it. I'm telling you, man, we have a culture. Everything comes from you. This is not no Jewish store. This is a Hebrew store. Everybody know this. I'm telling you. It's called a bonnet. It's not a kufi. This is a fez worn by Egyptians and the Africans all through history. All through history, you can see them with their crown. The turban was worn by spiritual men in the church. In the church. So we must know what denotation and connotation is. We must know what linguistic apartheid is, medical apartheid, pseudo-academia, dispensation. If your preacher don't know what esoteric and exoteric is, brothers and sisters, we are lost. Come on, man. This preaching is not knowing where anybody get that I'm a preacher. Where the book of Titus tell you that it's qualifications of a pastor. You must be able to teach and preach. I challenge I challenge all you fake preachers. I challenge all you fake preachers with these fake degrees. Open up the book. You're being taught westernized. Those pictures, the picture you see is Caesar Borgia. That's the Italian replacement for Jesus. The Greek replacement for Jesus is Serapis Christos. The English language is Greek and Latin. Come on, man. If the first 5 books of the Bible is the Hebrew text, come on, man. I'm telling you, the English language of Greek and Latin. If your pastor don't know Greek and Latin, he reading all over them words and he telling you it don't matter. Ask him. I show you, it's all hidden in the text. It's all hidden in the Bible. Ask your pastor. I love you all. Shalom Malakim. Aya Asher Aya. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, health, and wealth. Get into the know. Family, we can do this. We can take over. I mean, I'm a real non-for-profit. I need support. And I'm telling you, family, once I'm starting to be pulled in college campuses and the things, and I just came back to the city of Flint. I did a lecture. None of my people came. My homeboy Derek Evans came. I love you, my brother. His parents came. Nobody came, but we always talk about we want to know the truth, and we run right to the church. We just want to be entertained. We just talk stuff, man. We are crabs in a bucket. We internet players. We get on there, oh, I know. You ain't studied nothing. How you know you ain't studied nothing? What book have you read? Are you reading Latin and Greek, Hebrew? Do you know Ge'ez? Do you know that Jesus Christ means the anointed one? You don't even know that. You don't even know that. We don't even know what a pendulum is. We just been dispersed. You don't even know history. Don't you know right in your basic King James Version Bible that everybody love? Right in the front, look at the map. That's the African map. It got all the tribes on there. Look at it. That's simple research. But you just like to be preached to. I challenge all my preachers. I challenge all my Christian people. Ask. Question and answer. I answer any question. So we're going to be having a temple in our neighborhood. And I'm asking all questions and answers. That's what we're going to be having, because we don't need to be preached to no more. We are afraid to learn. Brothers can't even read a 10-page book. Talk about they know. Shake the head. Yep. Amen. Amen what? Come on, man. We got to get into the know. This is a science. We've been bamboozled, hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled and hoodwinked. Westernized perspective. European perspective. Don't you know it's Easternized perspective, family? Don't you know that? Ask your students. If we got any students, ask them, what are we learning here in school? Are we learning from a Westernized perspective? Are we learning from a reformed theology? Come on, man. We got to know this. It's a language. It's a culture. You've been stripped from it. You talk about going somewhere and you don't even know where you at. You right in the motherland. You were taken here and took all other places. Don't you know this? Research free Hebrew Hill. And make a distinction. The free Hebrew Israelites and Africans. It's a difference. We had land. I'm telling you, research this stuff. You have to go to the museums. And I'm going to bring all this, man. The museum in Boston, they have King Menacaro in there with his wife. 33 is just a level above freezing. This is primitive, ancient Memphis, right, family? You got to go to the museums. I'm telling you, and see it for yourself. You got to look at the maps. You got to look at the land mass. I'm telling you, man, you've been lost, bamboozled, hoodwinked. I'm a scholar. My degree is in antiquity, diaspora, medieval, dark ages. That's where all the history is hidden. And in first century. That's why you can see dark melanated people all over. Talk about the Bantu and all that. Because we were all over. We took here all over. Asia, all that is right here in the States. I'm going to show you on the map. The 1904 Louisiana's Purchase map. My sisters know I showed her the document. But me and my dad, we're going to go to the museum. But I already got the map printed. They sent it to me. I'm going to show you. Bamboozle. And then I'm going to quote from one of my ancient books. It's called Slaves in Egypt. It's by, I think it's Daryl Dexter. I can't remember his name. But I showed the book on my page, but I'm a lecture from it, and I'm gonna show you. You were in Illinois, which was Egypt. You thought you was free. You was enslaved right there in Illinois, which was in Egypt for a long time. Long time. Come on, man. We gotta know this. The science is right here. We were builders, Moors, man. I'm telling you, man. We are law-abiding citizens. We are law-abiding citizens. This is nothing scary. This is nothing against the law. We claim in our nation that we know who we are, and we're spiritual people. And I'm an educated brother, and I challenge all my people, man. I love the Lord, but this must be taught right, man. This must be taught right. We got to stop playing. Yeah, the truth hurts. Yeah, surgery hurts, but it's necessary. And I'm willing to tell the truth, no matter if it fills up a room or clears it out. I'm not worried about me. I'm not worried about me. I tell people, man, I have to be spiritual because this world we fighting, we have to fight this in the spiritual realm. We are spiritual people. We are spiritual beings, man. We have to understand this, man. Get into the know. But I'm challenging all my brothers and sisters. Get into the know, man. We are a people. And this is science. I love you all. Shalom Alakim. Aya Asha Aya. I will be what I will to be. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, health, and wealth. Shalom Alakim. Peace.